Hello guys, and welcome back to my Thrones of Britannia playthrough series as West Sussex, or by this point now, the Kingdom of England. If you haven't checked out the series so far, I do recommend you go check them out in the playlist, all the way back from the beginning, and kind of watch through them all. It'd be much appreciated if you do that. So, I do want to mention off right from the get-go it has been a while since I have played Thrones. It's been a couple of weeks now. I do apologise. It's been one of the ones where I've just been extremely busy. I haven't really had time to sit down and play, and when I do have a bit of free time, I just want to chill out and relax. It's one of those a bit awkward ones, and I do want to apologise for anyone who's more or less been wanting me to play the series. And yeah, I also had a couple of comments left off a few people as well, which was really, really nice. One off Dutch Gameplay, who basically just said first, and I just replied saying very true with smiley face, so thank you for that comment. Even if it is as small as that, I appreciate the support. It does show that you've actually watched some of my videos and then decided to leave a comment. Another one, which is a much larger comment, was from Crap House Barney, and he more or less said, "Hey, you doing good, mate? Good potential for many future views," and a smiley face. "Would you say the game got more difficult since the beta update? I'm thinking about buying the game, but I'm a bit worried about the easy difficulty in the game." Now, it's hard for me to say. I did leave a comment, and I'll read that out now as well, just for people to know, because I do want to clarify some bit at the end that I kind of messed up there. Thanks, and glad you think so. It's hard to say if the game has gotten more difficult since the beta update, just because all the changes have happened in the middle of my playthrough. Also, some changes I won't notice until I start a new campaign. Right now, I'm playing with my campaign set to normal difficulty, and there are two higher ones, but there's actually three higher ones. There's hard, very hard, and legendary, which massively affect public order and income. Now, there's also a few more things that get affected by the higher difficulties, and I think the AI also gets affected as well. You get a negative penalties, they get positive ones. The thing is, the developers never really say exactly what happens with the difficulty slider, so you have to try and work it out yourself, or find people who's kind of dug into the game files to try and explain it. But you get more of a if I kind of look on it here and try and explain to it, you get more of a negative effect on like tax and growth and allegiance and stuff like that. So there's all these kind of things that do play into the higher level your difficulty, the more of a negative public order you get, and the AI gets the opposite. And there's also stuff to like army upkeep costs and unhappiness when you take settlements, and there's a lot that goes into it. But with the main beta changes, I won't notice a lot of them because I think the developers didn't want to basically negatively affect people's gameplay midway through a game. You know, I would be kind of frustrated if I think one of the things I noticed when they did an update before where they changed how food works, and I went from having an abundance of food down to basically being negative, and that ruined my game because I couldn't actually recover from it in that short space of time without being destroyed, so I had to restart my game. This was a single player game anyway. So it's hard to say. So I think the developers didn't want to put too much pressure on people midway through the game, so they go, well, a lot of changes you won't notice until you restart, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I'd rather not have a game ruined. You know, you put like 10 hours into a game, and then you have to restart it because you've just been screwed over by an update. So I do think they're trying to keep that in mind. But like, I think there is the allegiance thing here, which kind of works in a sense. There is some provinces which didn't have it and then does have it, and yeah, it was very, very strange. I think it was just taking time to update to them, which was fine. But it's hard to really say in terms of difficulty. It depends on your experience as well. How many Total War games have you played and stuff on that scale? So I wouldn't want to say with 100% certainty. I do think the game's got a bit more difficult because I'm actually having to deal with more events now as well in terms of rebellions and loyalty issues. So in that kind of sense, it is a bit more difficult, I would say. But it's each to their own, more or less. On how you would actually think that should work. But again, thank you very much for the comment. I love when people leave these more difficult ones for me to answer. It's like it depends on so much, but I do appreciate them. Hopefully I can keep getting your support. And if you do buy the game, and you do like Total War games, I do think you will enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. Don't feel like I've kind of pressured you into getting them. It's all on you. But yeah, so after that, we need to try and figure out where we left off from last session. So I actually did declare war because I went into alliance with the Vikings over here, and these are from I think these are all the way from Ireland. And we decided to declare war on Northumbria because the thing is, to complete this game, I need to kill the... if we go all the way, there's Vikings up here. These guys, I think. Is it these guys or these ones? The Norse. I need to kill them, but right now, I'm not anywhere near them, so I can't actually attack them. So it's a bit more difficult for me to go through. So I'm going to have to go through Northumbria to actually get to them. I don't think they're very happy with me declaring war on this time around, because I think I just did it this turn. We also lost King Alfred, which is a shocking shame. Not King Alfred. Alfred the Great, shall I say. Which is one of those ones which he were around for a long period of time, and now I'm having like succession problems and people backstabbing me, and my family tree is a bit all over the place. So Alfred died, he got passed on to his son Edward. Ethelwald tried being a bit of a pain as well. We got Tibia, who's now married to Alfwald. He had a lot of sons, as you can see here. And then obviously my great-grandfather, Eofwulf, also had sons, and you know, it's really, really difficult. There's other family members that I have in my faction which is being quite annoying, and this tree is basically branched out quite large. And yeah, there's issues with people backstabbing each other, there's people trying to get one up, blackmailing, and so I'm having a lot of unhappiness. I'm having a lot of I've had a civil war, a little one anyway, which managed to quell quite quickly. But I want him to push north now into these territories and actually see if I can take a few of these. Now, I don't know which way this guy is going to go. So it's going to be interesting to see which way he does, because I've got two armies on the northern border right now, because I had to pull, I think, at least one down here to deal with a rebellion, which has now been crushed. And I do have another, I think I had 3 armies. Oh no, I lost an army due to it. I also have a second army here, which is actually my king. And I do probably want to send him... I wonder if I can actually send him north to land on territory or not. Might be a good idea to do that, because I know if I come this way I'm going to lose some units just due to the stupid fact of there's a marsh right there. So it might be kind of cool to send him out this way into the calm waters and land on this beach and see if we can actually take that settlement. It might be kind of cool to do that. Kind of do like an ocean assault. There's also some rebellions going on here. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll head out this way. We'll head off. Hopefully I don't bump into anyone. I don't want to lose my king. He's quite old now, though. My general. He's how old is he? He's the son of, obviously, Alfred the Great. And that means he'll be quite old as well. Now, I will get some kind of seasickness off these guys. They will kind of get a morale penalty, because they're not used to being on the sea. I do want to see if I can actually move up and take a couple of these settlements, but I want to see which way this army goes. The Martyr's Revenge. Because if they kind of come down, I've got to deal with them. I'd rather have my armies in kind of a place to both attack than one on their own. I also do want to move an army up from down south. So I'm going to get this one to move. And I'm going to keep a second one down here. So we're going to move more centrally with this army. So if we go to Nottingham, I think that's quite a central location. So I can actually send out this army to deal with any potential rebellions. Because the problem, my kingdom is quite large now. I keep saying empire, but it's not. It's a kingdom. And yeah, just look how far I've got to move stuff. So this is going to take a bit of time to go through. I've not got many buildings I can increase in terms of value. I do actually could get these, so I could get food or I could get income. Now I feel like I've got plenty of food surplus at the moment, so I've got abundance of food, so it's probably better if I get a fishmonger that gives me more income than actually food. I would actually lose food, but I would actually get more income, so I'm going to go for that one. Because my income per turn's quite shattered right now with all the amount of armies I'm kind of holding off. I'm going to leave these 2 armies here, and then we'll see what happens next turn. Oh, well, rebellion. That's good thing I kept an army down south, so I can actually send that towards the... to deal with it. So where is this one? It's Dorset that's apparently rebelled against me. So I have got an army here that's going to have to go to Dorchester. It's going to take a fair few turns to get there. 3 turns. Yeah, and then we can deal with it then. So if we go this way, we'll go past Chippenham, we'll go past Bath, we'll is that Glastonbury? And then we can actually hit this settlement later down the line. Hopefully I can get there quick enough that he doesn't build up too many units, because the downside about rebellions, the longer you leave them, the bigger their armies get. The Northumbria army has moved, the Martyrs has moved more north, which is kind of a bit of a worry, because I was sending this army this way. So I was actually going to land on the coast, but it might not be a good idea right now, because it does mean that I could be in a bit of a difficult position. So I'm going to move up to this settlement, because I do think he might come down. Take this settlement, and then... Actually, no, we'll go into the water. Yeah, because this actually is marshland. Although if I land here, I might be able to go through the woodlands. And I'd actually have to go through the marshes, so... Oh, that's really awkward. All the coasts are covered by marsh. So if I land, I'm going to take some damage. That's a bit bollocks. But the cool thing is I can actually now send a couple armies up and take a few settlements. So this one can move this way and run around the long way through the marsh. Actually, there's a road there at least. It's not too bad. Take the settlement. We can occupy it, so it's now going to give him a negative supply because he's in my territory. And then what I can also do is siege this settlement with this smaller army. And what we got? We got some mailed axemen. Yeah, we're in a good position. Now, he's got quite a few units so far, but what I can do is just get a couple of siege towers and wait a few turns. Actually, saying that, I get 5. There we go. So 5 siege towers and a battering ram. Which that'll do quite nicely. We're moving up this second army, aren't we? Now, I'm trying to think, do I want to move it up this way through this territory and try and see if we can take it? I'm going to actually, yeah, we'll move it to Manchester. And if I need to, I can move east to Leeds and then north that way if this army decides to move down this way. If it doesn't, I'm fine. And obviously this other army is going to deal with that rebellion at some point. Now, there's only more upgrades I can do. I can actually increase the public order, which I'm actually getting a bit negative at the moment due to faction and building. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll get that one. Increase that, get some more happiness. Because the thing that I will have to deal with on a large scale now is happiness problems. As you can see, each one of these minuses will equal a % chance of rebellion. So some have more happiness than others. So -10, -5. I mean, this one's -9. So that's a 10% chance of return, 9%, 4%, 1, 6, you know, so on and so forth. So I might need to keep a second army nearby just to quell multiple rebellions if they happen. The chances are low, but hey, I'm not a chancer. Another rebellion. What did I guess? I got Moraine cattle, so we've got a vile curse on our land. Wow, this is just... I don't even know what to say to it. The good thing is I've got an army sat right here that can just come and deal with this straight away. So that will help. Let's get this Northern Mercia rebellion finished. There you go, take that. No rebellions, put them down. So it's probably a good idea to keep this army in the northern areas. Let's repair this. Yeah, so the putting the rebellions down does help. And then we're still moving down south with this army, aren't we? So let's just make sure we get in there. So it's at 7 now. Ooh, this is going to be quite difficult to deal with, I believe. It's going to get to 7, and then it's going to go to 11 next turn. And then by the time I get there, it'll be probably a similar size to mine. We also have a new technology we can improve on. And I probably want to go to Civic, because is there anything that can give me happiness? This one gives me reduction to wrong allegiance public order. Ooh. And we also get a higher bonus to fried. So plus 10 on the fried, 100% reduction in plus 100% reduction in public order penalties from other allegiances, which would actually help. So we'll go for that one. I did want to get this one, the artistic advancements, which give +1 public order. Because there isn't many now left I can grab. I've already got most of the ones that do give a public order benefit. So it's more referring to buildings and stuff on that level. Let's see if we can find some buildings. So which one of my settlements... are quite unhappy. So there's one down south, which is minus 11. So I think it is it this one? No, it's this one. Now, how can I increase the public order of this a bit more? I can't. I need a bit more money to be able to get a better royal house. And I can't really do it with these because that would actually increase the public order penalty. That is a bit... Yeah, so we're going to have to... If we wait till next turn, we can come down, we can get Colchester kind of more or less leveled up. And then that would benefit in terms of public order. And that's the best action to take. We do have another army moving down this way that I sieged, and they are now... It's a stack of 20, so I'm probably going to have to move my second army nearby just to help. We might actually have a massive battle on hand before long. That'd be a bit interesting. Not done one of them for a while. Now, I was going to land, but the problem is that I'm going to have is that... Actually, I probably could sell here. Yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah, we don't get a negative penalty from that one, so we're now into someone else's territory, so we do get... but we're in a friendly territory, which is nice. So we do actually get supply bonus. And we'll see what happens to this army, which is not that strong. He's taken quite a lot of damage, but it might be because he's in my not in his territory. Yeah, so 7 turns before he starts starving. No rebellions this time round. We do have some traits that have come up, though, which is nice. So we've got some people that are gluttonous, so more income. Objective. Influencer. So is that faction allegiance? Ooh, okay, and his state. Ooh, well that's influential. He might be a problem. We do have some upgrades to get. They took the settlement, but that means I'm in position to attack them this turn. Now they have a catapult, which is a bit interesting. Now I could just hold them out and siege them for a few turns and see what happens, which it might be a good idea because they'll starve. They'll run out of supplies in 1 turn, and then they will starve in 2. Well, they'll surrender in 2. So we'll hold this because we're quite evenly matched. And it also means they don't repair their units. These now should be finished. So we should be able to take this quite easily with 4 times more units. We could have sacked it, but I feel like it's better just to keep the settlement for now. How much is it going to cost me to repair all these? Not too much. I think I'll have just enough money to be able to then go and upgrade Colchester before I forget. Where is it? Yes. So I'm going to upgrade Colchester to a higher public order, so that means it's going to take 8 turns, but there's public order benefit, which would be nice. What are we doing down here? There's this... Oh, this army actually hasn't gotten stronger, which is nice. So, which way should I go? Yeah, so we move into and we hide in the settlement of Glastonbury. It should actually give us a better public order, as you can see here, so because my army is present. So we're now +5 due to characters. So because of my nice little character there. It will be probably good. Oh, my general. Let's get a zeal up for him because that increases Bard, which gives a better chance of public ordering when he's there. We do have a governor. Now we could actually get which one increases money? It's scribe, isn't it? His loyalty is okay. Income from Reno, sacking, food production we don't need. How is the settlement in at the moment? Yeah, it's fine. So we don't need to worry about that one for the time being, so we'll increase that. Nicely does it. And we've spent all the money. We've got quite a few provinces very unhappy. As you can see here, -8, -12, 3, 4, 4. It's going to be very interesting to see how we deal with this. I'm going to move this army around to here for this turn. Because I'm wondering, he will probably attack and take this. He can't attack this army, so I could probably stand quite close by. And then we can deal with him with this second army as well. So if he comes down and tries to take the settlement, which he might do, we can then send 2 armies to get him. Because this army will be able to actually reach that settlement as well. But we're just going to have to wait till next turn.